and welcome to another one of Arthur's reviews. This is another one of those quick ones, and it's number 10A, and the subject of our review is Peco Wagon kits. Here's a question for you. If you're starting out in Engage and you've never made up one of these kits, the question is, why? They're cheap, they're plentiful, they're around. Yes, they're not the best models in this world by today's standards, but they're cheap, they're easy to make, as you will see. They also give you the opportunity to create something that isn't made by Graham Farish or by DePaul and isn't ready to run. This was ready to run, but of course it's ready to run in however you make it up. So fun to be had here, folks, and you will see from the finished product that yes, they couple and uncouple, and yes, they run well. So if you're a starter in Engage or you're a starter in kit making, this is the product for you. What's in the box? I'm actually going to make this one up, which is, as you can see, a 7-plank ordinary open wagon. Now Peco make a number of different kits. Have a look. Instructions. The instructions tell you that you don't need any glue or tools to complete this model. Absolutely correct. But I will show you what tools I, let's say, have to hand. And also, of course, to complete a model, you'll want maybe some paints and transfers. Anyway, here's the bag. It contains the wagon top in a very durable dark brown plastic. The weight, very important, and the chassis. So we have the three main elements of the model's body, and then in the second bag we have the wheels, the Peco LC couplings, which are basically their version of the Rapido, and importantly two little nuts to secure the body of our wagon to the chassis. So there are the bits. What else do we need? Well, I suppose the first thing we would want to do is to colour our body, and so here's some paint and a paintbrush. It's acrylic paint, so we'll throw in our little water pot as well. Just in case, I always have a scalpel to hand in case there are any ridges or little bits of flash left on the model. Very unusual. Some of that excellent see-through glue that I have already reviewed, and that is basically just to dab onto the chassis and the weight while we're putting the model together. Not required, but it's just something to have. And so if we're going to mess about with glue, we need a cocktail stick to adapt them. So that basically gets our wagon constructed and base painted in what colour we require. Here are some transfers. These are from the well-known Robbie's rolling stock. The transfers are of course water slide, so one thing to take into account when you're painting the model is the lettering going to be obscured when you put the transfers over the model. one to think about. In the case of these WD transfers, in fact, you will need a light colour behind to show up the lettering. The Wagon I'm actually going to make up is Coventry Collieries, and when it's finished, hopefully it will look something like that. That's what we're hoping to achieve. And say, here's one I made earlier. I didn't actually make that one. That one was purchased from Robbie's rolling stock. So if you don't feel confident making up one of these kits and painting it and all the rest of it, I would recommend that you pay a little bit more and buy one direct from the Robbie's rolling stock range. Nothing to do with this particular company apart from being a very satisfied customer. And finally, when we get to our finished product, we need one more item. As you can see it, and a clear varnish in a spray can in order to seal the paint and the decals, so that when handling the model in the future we won't rub off all our good work. These can be sourced from art shops, model railway exhibitions, and probably other places as well. Not too expensive, so let's crack on. So there's the decal. Trim the decal as close as you can. You don't want any extra material being put onto your Wagon body. There's our background colour. Here's one with the Wagon body painted inside and out and the decal attached. While we were waiting for that, we painted the chassis. Bit of dirt, bit of rust, colour of your choice, white on the handles, and then here's another one. We do them in batches, well, I certainly do them in batches, and find that as the batch of 3 or 4 models rolls along, I get more proficient. On this particular one, I've thought I'd leave the corner post painted in white. So I quite like that. Again, here's a rule 1 coming into play once more. Right, now our tops are painted, decaled and varnished. Our chassis are painted. Let's put it all together. First of all, put the wheels out the way before they escape. LC couplings are merely placed into the pockets on the wagons. Please make sure they're the right way up. Pop a weight on the top there and it should neatly slot in between the sides of the wagon. We have our top, the pegs going into the holes in the weights and through the chassis, so we just pop it on like that, press down, it goes click, click the other side, and hey presto, we've built our wagon. And you can see the 2 locating plugs now are through the chassis. So all we need to do now is to pop the 2 nuts onto those sprigs to make sure that the chassis and the top are totally secure. But if I shake this around, you will see that I don't think those are ever going to come apart anyway, but we will do that next. if you did want a belt and braces and a little bit of glue on there, then a little bit of white glue on the end of a cocktail stick and just pop it into that recess there and that recess there, and that will be enough. Here's the wheel. Seems fine. Put it on the rails, see how she goes.